Hello, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Kem Chho, Kasakai. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Insight Generator. Power up your data insight. So, guys, I am here with one more videos, and in this video, we are just going to discuss few important relationship DAX functions. As you can see on my screen, it is related function, related table function, and this cross filter function. These functions are the most used function in our Power BI reports, and these three functions are also frequently asked question in the interview if you are new to this one. So we are going to discuss these three DAX functions. So before jumping onto this DAX function, I would request you guys, please like, share, subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that if I upload any videos, you guys will stay updated. So let's get started without making any further delays. So first we are going to see this related functions. Let's understand the scenario first, and then we will see the live demonstration of this related function, how we can use this and when you have to use this one. Suppose this is a sales data, fact sales, and right now we are on fact sales table, right? Where we have this order quantity, and my objective is to calculate the revenue. Got it? So in order to calculate the revenue, we must have a price column into this table, but we don't have this price columns. So the price column is in my product table. So if I go into my product table, you can see here is my price column. So in order to calculate this revenue, I first need to bring the price column from this product table into this sales table. And then finally we can just calculate the revenue just by multiplying this order quantity into price. It's very simple. But how will you do this? How will we do this? We can do this by just two ways. Here, first we need to understand when do we have to use this dimension, what to say, this related function, and when do we have to use this related table functions. So let me show you one thing first. Let me just open my Excel sheet so that I can easily make you understand this. Let me just open my Excel sheet. Okay, fine. So as you all know, we have two types of table. One is dimension table, and another one is my fact table. So the thing is that when you bring some informations from this dimension table to this fact table, when you bring some informations from dimension table to this fact table, then we have to use this related function, if you can see. But when you have to bring the informations from fact table to this dimension table, in this situations, in this scenario, we have to use this related table function, if I can show you. So let's just see in this Power BI, since my price is in my product table, which is my dimension table, and sales table is my fact table, it means I am bringing the price informations, this price column, from this dimension table, which is my product table, into this sales table. So ultimately, I'm going to use this related function as per this concept. Dimension table to fact table. So let's do this. I'm going to create a new column over here because I need a price columns. So let's just do this. So I want this price column over here. So if I will directly write this price, it will never suggest me. It will never suggest me any price column over here. But when I will use this related function, then it will suggest me all the columns which is related to this table, right? So I need this price. Here is the product price, and I can just do this. Finally, we can see this price column is now added into this table. And again, we are going to calculate the revenue by creating one more columns for revenue, right? And here it's very simple. This is order quantity into price. Very simple. And finally, I have the revenue here. If I scroll down, you see the price and the revenue is varying as per the quantity, right? But if you can ask me one question, Vishal, then why do we need to add these two columns? Don't you think adding these two columns will expand my table and it will make my report more bulky? and ultimately it is going to occupy some spaces. So is it possible without adding these two columns, without creating those two calculated columns, we can directly calculate the revenue? Of course we can do this, of course we can. Let me just go back to my report view, by the way, and here I'm going to create a measure actually. I'm going to create a measure, and how we can just create the measures, let's do this. I'm going to create revenue actually, right? So revenue is my, I'm going to use the sumx functions by the way, and here I'm going to use the table. So table is my sales table, right? And expression is my this order quantity into the price. But the price, if I will type, I won't find this price into this, sales table, because just now we created this price column. But suppose if you have not created any price column, then how will you find this price from the product tables? Here we can use this related function, and there I can use this price, product price. And finally, I have the revenue over here. So you can say, even if you delete these two columns here, if I use a card in order to visualize my total revenue, the total revenue, we can see over here it's 24.91 million, which is absolutely right. So even if you delete these two columns, it does not affect your calculations. If I go into sales table and if I delete this price as well, delete this. Without creating this calculated column, we can create the revenue. Ultimately, it will not expand my table, by the way. Let's delete this. So you can see how we can just optimize our report, and you can see still have the revenue 24.91 million. So by creating this measures also we can do this. Okay, so it was all about this related table, related function. Now I'm moving on to this related table function. What is this related table function? So understand this scenario first. The scenario is when we have to bring the informations from the fact table to the dimension table. This time we are going the reverse directions, we are going the reverse way, right? So understand the scenario first. What is my scenario actually? So the scenario is that, let me go back to my table first. The scenario is that if I have to, let me create a matrix over here. Let me create a matrix over here, and I have, this product, the list of the product, and I want to calculate the total order quantity against every single product. So if I go and if I type like, order quantity from the sales table, where is my fact sales table? Where is that? Here is my order quantity. If I will simply drag and drop this one, we can get this one. But ultimately, let's say for example, in my product table, I want to bring the order quantity for every single products over here. You can see this product name I have, and I want to bring this total order quantity which has been sold out for every single product. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a new column, and this time I am bringing this order quantity which is in my sales table, which is my fact table, and from the fact table I am bringing the information into this dimension table, which is my product table actually. So I'm going to bring this order quantity. So here I'm going to use this sumx function here, but the table is, by the way, the table is, I'm going to use this related table where I can use this fact cells, right? And the expression is this order quantity. And finally, I have this order quantity. You can see for every single product I have the order quantity over here. For few of the products we don't have any order quantity sold, that's why it is showing blank. And if you scroll down, you can see for few of the products we have the order quantity, but few of them we have not received any order quantity. So it was your related table functions where we brought the informations order quantity from the fact table to the dimension table, and we used this related table functions. Now I'm moving on to my third DAX functions, which is this cross filter directions. In order to understand this cross filter directions, let's understand the scenario first. The scenario is that let me just create a matrix over here, and we have the territory table. In this territory table we have the region, we have the regions. So against every regions, like in Australia, Canada, Central, likewise we have the regions. How many customers do we have from these various regions? I want to calculate, right? So if I will go and I will directly drag and drop this, customer. If you go in this customer table, I will draw customer key as not as a columns, as a values, which is my count of the customer key. It is showing the same result across all the regions, which is practically impossible, and this is absolutely wrong result that I'm getting. Let me put it into this focus mode. Against every single regions I am getting the same result. It means there is something fishy into this one. This region is coming from my territory table, and this customer key, which is my the count of this total customer key, is coming from this customer table. Let's go to this model view and let's find whether this territory table and this customer table are directly connected or not. If I will go into this model view, you will see I have already covered my data modeling part. You can go and refer my videos. You see this customer table and this territory table. Region is coming from my territory table, and the customer key, the total count actually, is coming from this customer table. These two dimension table are not in direct relationship. They are in relationship with a shared table, that is my fact sales table. So we cannot get the right result actually. So what I'm going to do ultimately, the data, the total count of the customer is flowing all the way from customer table to this territory table through this sales table. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change the direction of this cross filter. I'm going to make it both way, and probably after changing the direction of this cross filter we will get the right result into this report view. So let's do this. So if I will do this and I make it just both way, ultimately I am going to get the right result. And finally you can see the direction has changed from one way to both way. And if you go back to this report view, we can see now the right result. Now we have the exact number of customers from these different regions. But there is one thing I would like to suggest. Don't change these directions virtually, sorry, don't change these directions physically in this model view, because ultimately it is going to impact rest of the results. So again I'm going to make it one way. And how we can use this cross filter dax functions in order to change these directions both way, right? So let me just create a measure for this one. Let me create a measure for this one. So here is my measures, actually new measure, where I'm going to calculate the number of customers, right? I'm going to calculate this number of customers, and I'm going to calculate, first is my expression. So expression is my total number of customers, right? So ultimately I am going to use this count rows function, and the table is my customer table, right? Expression is fine. Now what is filter over here? I'm going to use this cross filter function. So this cross filter dax function will change the direction of this cross filter that we changed it physically in this model view. Here it will change virtually, and it will not be visible into this model view actually. So first it is asking me to provide the left column name. So the left column name, if you go, which is my customer table. So customer table and the sales table are connected, are in relationship based on the common column, which is my customer key, right? So I'm going to use this customer key, which is in my customer table, which is my left column name, and the right column name will come from this right table, which is again my customer key, but this customer key is from this sales table. Customer key, but this is from the sales table. And here is the cross filter type, whether you want to make it both way or none, or one way left filter right. I'm going to make it both way, by the way. Going to close this bracket, and I'm just going to close this bracket and then hit enter. So this time what I'm going to do here, instead of dragging and dropping this, count of this customer key, I'm going to use this measure for this one. So number of customers, and you can see now I have the right result over here. You can absolutely see this, we have the right result, because we can analyze this. And even if you go in this model view, you will see I have not changed the directions physically in this model view. and I've used this cross filter DAX function in order to change the directions virtually, and finally the result is right in front of you, which is absolutely correct. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos, and if you really enjoy, please keep watching, keep learning, and keep growing in your career, right? And keep supporting me as well. That's all for today. Let's catch up in the next videos. Thank you so much for watching.